And Hypixel skyblock healer is a class that's kind of just bad. There's pretty much no items, and to make it even worse, the items that do exist barely even do anything. Like, look, this is the extent of healer items right here. You have hollow armor and you have the hollow wand, which at the very best are negligible because, like, you can't even use the hollow armor when you're inside a dungeon. And with the holy dragon armor, like, you can use it in dungeons, but it's just, it doesn't cut it. It's not strong enough. It doesn't have a good set bonus, and you're gonna spend the whole dungeon on spectating if you try to run this. All right, let's get into the items. There's the hollow wand, who has like an ability that has 5 different abilities inside of it that you can only use when you're wearing a hollow armor.
There's a heal beam, a shield beam, an AoE heal, an AoE shield, and just a better heal beam. Well, all this is like really cool, and all the abilities aren't bad at all. It's just not strong enough. It doesn't do enough healing. Like, you take 3 hits and the healing doesn't matter. You're just dead anyways. And on top of that, all of the abilities don't scale with anything. Like, you put the stars on the armor. Yes, it makes the armor stronger, but I just find it really strange that you can't even put stars on the wand. And when you go to enchant it, you can't even put anything on it to make it even better at what it does. So the healing is pretty flat, and you can't really make it scale with anything other than mending. But there's just not enough items to improve mending. Like, here's a list of everything. And mending's a stat that increases your outgoing healing, and the outgoing healing that you do is added on to the vitality of the player you're healing. But all the nice things about these stats is it's going to be consistent with every item because they all heal, of course. And on that note, the next item I'll be talking about is the lesser orb of healing. With this item, you right click on another player and it forms a tether with them, and it'll heal them for 5% of their max health every second. And while it is a dungeon item, like it literally says in the tooltip, it doesn't even work in dungeons. Like, if you use it on your teammate, it just pulls it off, and if you keep trying to do it, it keeps pulling it off. All right, so the next item is the florid zombie sword. Its ability is a right click AoE heal, and it definitely has good healing, don't get me wrong, but why does this thing even have charges? The next thing you can use to heal your party members are splash potions of healing, and to be honest, I only put this item on the list as a joke. Like, I just think it would be pretty funny seeing people walking around with splash potions. Yep, that's it. That's the extent of healer class in Hypixel skyblock. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, is what I would say if this video is over. And now we're posed with the question, what even is healer in Hypixel skyblock? Well, according to the wiki, healer is a dungeon class that specializes in healing and support. First thing, if it's only a dungeon class, then why even give us items that we can use outside of dungeons? And on top of that, you have mage you can use outside dungeons, you have berserker, you have archer, and you have tank, which are all viable in their own way outside of dungeons. While some might be stronger than the others, they're still all usable outside of dungeons. Second thing, what do you even mean healing and support? There is only healing. Okay, Hypixel, I have a proposition for you. I give you ideas on how to make healer class actually playable, and you take them into deep consideration. The first thing I think y'all should do is make the currently existing items increase the amount of mending you can get. This will allow for you guys to make a minimal change that will greatly buff the healer class. Like, you wouldn't even have to add any new item. I think one of the main problems with this class is the fact that there isn't enough items that give a decent amount of mending, which is a pretty important stat considering it's the only thing allowing you to do more healing. Another thing that really hurts this class is the fact that every other class allows for each individual to use support items like the power herbs, ESO ward, gyro one, and zombie sword. I think this could be overcome if Hypixel made a new stat that is similar to mana and make it specific to support items. This would allow for the class to be flushed out into something playable at the very least, and it would give it some identity, allowing for it to be further expanded on in the future. A third thing that I think this class could really benefit from is items that allow you to heal players from afar. It's really hard to stay on top of your teammates in things like Kudra and dungeons when there's 4 to 5 different players and lots of visual clutter. You guys almost had it when you created the orb of healing, except you can't use it in dungeons for some reason, and it just isn't enough healing per second to make a big enough of a difference. You could implement an item that kind of works like a spirit leap, except instead of teleporting you to your party members, it'll allow you to give them some type of healing or just some buff. So yeah, those are my thoughts on healer class. Let me know if you agree or disagree or anything in between. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.